Bombshell breaking news is has decided to sue her own team. That's right. She has decided to countersue her insurance companies, and they are getting really bad for her. So you have two insurance companies suing one another. One of those is suing her. Well, she's decided that she's going to sue them back, demanding that they pay the bill for her. This is going to get ugly too, because you know what? The insurance company, they're going to pull in some of her ex-lawyers. They're already talking about it. She's panicking about this, not only in court documents, but behind the scenes. You and I, we are going to talk about this today. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. Fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. All right. So, hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. So today, TMZ dropped an absolute bombshell on us, telling us that she is suing her own team. Her own insurance companies, you know, the ones that paid millions of dollars for a case. She's demanding that they pay it all. What's amazing about this, too, is that you're seeing the breakdown of Team in real time. I mean, lawyers, they're starting to take part in this. They're starting to give declarations. They're going to turn on You have the insurance companies that have turned on and now she's turning on them. I mean, it's unbelievable. You couldn't script this thing better if you try. So if you haven't kept up with this madness here, and it is the best show going on right now, you had one insurance company decide to sue another insurance company. You had two involved with paying the bills. Well, that one insurance company getting sued, they countersued, and along the way, they decided they would sue herself too, saying that and that insurance company, they didn't have clean hands in what they were doing. They were doing messed up stuff behind the scenes. Well, she's decided to try to take them to task and try to sue them to force them to pay. Listen to this here. Quote, says that her $1 million insurance company does in fact have to cover her in the JD trial and verdict, and she's asking a judge to confirm it. So she's trying to force them to pay. And if they don't pay, I mean, man, if they're not obligated to do so, she's going to be on the hook for a lot more money. Continuing. The actress countersued New York, Maine, and General Insurance Company after they first asked a judge to let them off the hook for a $1 million liability policy she'd taken out to protect her from defamation claims. Their argument was based on the fact that the jury found committed willful misconduct. And that's the kicker there. You know, it wasn't that she went out and defamed somebody. She did this willfully. She did this maliciously. And according to them, under California law, they say that gives them an out in having to fulfill the policy. In other words, they believe that they're not liable for what did here. It doesn't matter if she had a policy or not. Now, as far as is concerned, she's saying, hey, you know what? I had a policy from you folks, and you promised no matter what happened, no matter what the decision was, you were going to pay X amount of money, and now you got to pay. Quote, in new court documents obtained by TMZ, argues the exact opposite, namely that the New York Marine, they promised to pay her defense costs and judgment against her up to $1 million, no matter what. That's the unconditional deal. She says that they struck with her, and she says they haven't lived up to their end of the bargain. Now, what's interesting is that is essentially trying to throw the insurance company's claims back at her. You know, one of these insurance companies, they've been saying that the reason that they're not going to pay and the reason that they're taking to task in this stuff is because she has, quote unquote, unclean hands. What they mean by that is this. One insurance company, they picked who they wanted representing AH in this case. That goes all the way back to Roberta Kaplan. That becomes Rottenborn, and it becomes Elaine. Well, the other insurance company, they picked up their own folks. They said, these are going to be the people you have to work with in representation. Well, essentially, the lawyers there, they claimed that they were sabotaged behind the scenes. They were essentially written out of the case because this was the case that they couldn't lose, right? Only they did. And after they lost it, oh man, the fireworks, they went crazy. And then AH turned on people like Elaine. Elaine, she's probably going to be one to give a declaration too. So you're going to have a stack of lawyers that are saying, hey, I'm not responsible for this. You know who is responsible for this? AH. And that's why she's trying to fire back this way. So listen to this here. AH says that in trying to wipe their hands clean. So again, dirty hands. You can see that claim right there. They're turning their backs on what they agreed. That includes a breach of contract, amongst other things. So she's saying, this stuff, it's ironclad. She brought in some of her lawyers to make sure that nobody could wiggle out of it too, that she would never have to pay a dime. Yeah, it looks like maybe they messed up there, just like they messed up every other step of the way. Still, the fact that the insurance company pressed the issue. Now, she's met them on the field and asked a judge to require the insurer to pony up. Like I said, it's amazing here, though, because what you're seeing in the aftermath of this is a team that said, they had everything together. I mean, they were all in this to win this. There were no problems whatsoever. Now you have the people that were paying for this. Number one, they told you where the money was coming from. AH never wanted that to go public. After that, she threw a fit in documents saying they don't have the right to sue her. This is causing her undue stress, and this is going to cause her to lose her appeal as well. They wouldn't relent, though. So in the aftermath, she's decided to sue them because, again, at the end of the day, we are talking about a lot of money here. $8 to $15 million in cost just to have these trial and the appeal. You're talking about another $10 million in verdict. That doesn't include the $7 million that she said she's going to give to charity. Oh, yeah, there is no coming back from this. Like I said, it is absolutely amazing. But anyway, let me know what you think about it. Turning on our own team, right? Oh, yeah. Leave your comments. Let me know. Share this everywhere, too. Appreciate you being here as well. If you want to help out the channel, there are links in the description. We could always use your help. You being here, though, that is the biggest help of all. So thank you. I appreciate you. I'm going to end here, too. Thanking you again. See you soon.